Hey guys, just wanted to show you some projects that we've been working on here in the bus. We've got a mess in here, or I should say I have a mess. Let me show you right here. I've got the mattress off our bed. It's a king size pillow top type mattress. Weighs about 120 pounds, very heavy. And as we go to the back, you're going to notice these drawers out every which way. Those are out from our dresser that's underneath our closet. And the bed platform, that's another project I'm about to show you. But I had to take the dresser out to access the engine panel right here, which is this L bracket you see coming down to right here. That gives me access to the valve cover on the engine. So what was happening as we were driving down the road, I kept getting a check engine light on, and on my dash, on my Detroit Diesel Pro driver, I was getting an alert and it was saying aux output short ground. So we checked it out once we got home. It said that it was involving the low speed Jake brake, and since it was coming on and off driving down the road, it was intermittent, but the Jake was working the whole time. So when I pulled the valve cover off, we have a bare wire. It barely was bare. It was rubbing either a valve spring or a rocker arm. Something had rubbed a little bit of the insulation off. So we ended up putting a piece of shrink tube around it, a heat shrink, and that solved that issue. And then since the wire was seemingly a little loose to me, we put a zip tie around it to take up a little bit of the slack, and that cured the problem.
We'd love for you to subscribe, and when you hit the bell, I highly recommend changing it to the solid color black bell, because that's the only way that you're going to receive notifications that we put some things in the community area. So try that out, and I think you're going to like it.
So I'd finished that, and then while I had all this dresser out, I ran power up here above it. This, let me turn a light on here. This is in our closet in the back. These are all the wiring modules that we have in here. And I ended up going over here and grabbing power because Gail and I got tired of raising this platform with just little gas shocks to raise the bed with a 120-pound mattress. They kept going bad on us, and so now I put in electric actuators, and I can just raise up the lid now. And I haven't put the mattress on to test it, but they should be able to lift 180 pounds apiece. And you can see the actuators, there's one and there's one right over here. Let me get a flashlight where I might be able to show you better what they're looking like. There's one of the actuators. And here's the other actuator with the little control box. So I ended up sawing a hole over here in the wall. As you can maybe you can see, I sawed a hole in the wall there, and then went down under the nightstands and up in here to grab a ground and a power. That red wire you can kind of see maybe along there is the power wire. So now we've got this all completed. I got rid of the gas shocks that just kept going bad on us, and I just finished doing that. I will tidy this up here shortly. So that's the projects we've been doing, and I just have to put it all back together now and get back to a livable spot. But as I'll show you, here are the electric actuators, and so we don't have to try to pick up a 130-pound mattress all the time. That's been hard to pick it up. Hard to pick it up and hold it up because the gas struts are always bad. Okay, what I was showing you about the new actuators we have, the other ones were the nitrogen with oil in them, nitrogen over oil, and they were, see, as you see, this one's shot. It does nothing. It's dead. We had two on each side of the bed. These were the upper brackets that were up here, and I've just taken those off because I didn't need them. But we had two apiece, and they still weren't working properly, as you can tell, dead. In fact, that one only come out. And compared to the new one, the new ones are way bigger and stronger. Hoping, we'll find out when we put the mattress on here in a minute, how well it lifts that mattress up. But this is a job. These are what we've been doing for the last few days, and I'm hoping it makes a difference. Wasn't that a blast? Okay, this will be the test, or the fail. It'll either fail or it'll work.
Crossing fingers.
It's got a load on it though.
It does.
That's what it's supposed to do. They said it'd run slower with the load.
Sweet.
Well, that's what it's supposed to.
Success!
Run a little bit slower with the load.
Oh, that's going to be so much better.
Yeah.
We'll have to actually work out now instead of this being our workout. Good job, Marky.
Now, the bad thing is, we need the mattress off to put the dresser back in.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay, as you can see, we have finished putting all the cabinets back in on the dresser under the closet, and the struts are installed, and right up there in the corner you can see a little black box. That is the remote control and power unit for these. They run off a little remote. I think Gail took a picture of them earlier, and basically left our whole underneath the bed still usable. So that's kind of a wrap up of the strut install. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you need any information about where I got everything from, just let me know and I'll be happy to help you. Okay, so Gail caught me. I've been out doing a lot of upgrades to the bus. When we were down in Florida last month, or a month and a half ago, whenever it was, I bought a lot of these little flexible LED light strips, and I'm putting those in the bay. And I just finished updating the bed where it was on an electric lift now, so we don't have to try to pick it up. Oh, and along the lines of those light strips, I bought these hard plastic strips that have 3M double-sided tape on them, or not double-sided, just have VHB tape, and you can just kind of stick them down in there, and then they stick in there, and they'll just push in there, and you can put them wherever you need them to. And I'm putting them out in the bay, and I'm about to take you out and show you. Okay, what I'm doing out in the bays, we had these old, they were incandescent lights. They're kind of a long, what they call a festoon bulb, and I've changed them out to LED, so they're pretty bright. And then you see that LED light strip right up here, and you have a lot of dead LEDs all in them. They're just dead. So what I've started doing, instead of pulling all this out, I'm just literally sticking that new light strip onto that old one and just wiring it in at the end. So it's actually doing a great job on what we want to do. See, that has a lot of dead ones down at the end. And now I'm going to show you a new one that I've already done, and I'll show you the difference in them. Okay, here I'm in one of the bays, and I put those older fixtures I had. One of them was broken, so I replaced 2 of those, and that lit up. But the LED light strip, as you can see, I've got it up in here, and it's very, very bright now. And this bay, let me spin it around, I'll show you what this bay looks like. And the bay, I mean, this is in the middle of the afternoon, but the bay is very bright, very well lit, so it's coming out great. Okay, now I'm in the engine compartment, and I have 2 lights, one there and one there, and they're not very bright at all, so I'm going to have to come out and redo those. And I just got to find a new fixture, because those fixtures only have little bitty LED bulbs in them, or incandescent bulbs in them. Gail's laughing at me because, again, I'm pointing at the ground. Sorry, you hear her in the background. But I'm going to replace those bulbs and with LED fixtures, kind of like you saw on that other bay up there. And it should have all the bays really lit up nice and nice and bright. Gail's going to show you guys the Magne Shade solar screen we had made for our awning, and then a piece that we had made to go on the end of it. So we went up to Magne Shade in North Carolina, and they just stick on with magnets on the rail of the awning. And I didn't think, well, that's not going to really work if it gets very breezy, but they're sewn in to these little pockets, but the ones on the shade are sewn into the shade itself. But she gave me extra ones, Shirley did, and let me show you how strong these things are. I mean, they are very strong magnets. And I mean, you can just kind of push it. I'm not touching it. But now watch this. And we put the solar shade on over at Magne Shade. We installed it, and it was blowing about 20 miles an hour one day. Stayed on fine, no problem. I don't think I'll ever need these extra ones at all. But they were there if I need them.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Alright. Sweet!
Hey, I work with my best friend. That is Shirley, my best friend. She's
Yeah.
awesome, and she works hard all the time.
Fantastic. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, this is my favorite thing to do, is to make something new I've not made before.
Oh, nice. Well, we're glad we could help.
Yes. We're glad you made it. Okay.
So I had Anthony come out here. That's the guy that you spoke to before. And the thing of it is if we put magnets to your frame here, the fabric onto your paint will scratch over time.
Yes.
So it's up to you whether you want that or not. Well, you can mount a magnet here if you want to. So we can take it adhesive and it'll keep it off the paint a little bit, and it'll be off the paint like that.
No problem, man.
An adhesive, what do you mean?
So you would mount a magnet on it just like that. But there would be adhesive. There would be adhesive sticking, so it would make it stick out just a little bit.
What was
So the fabric doesn't touch the fabric's not rubbing where the magnet's in the pocket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the options are, do you want these right here, or do you want just one grommet in the corner down here to connect the edge to here?
Yeah, you said something about doing it like a little strap.
Yeah,
Let's do the strap.
got it.
I mean,
What's going to happen is this end is going to kind of fold in, and you're going to get like light bleedage and the wind pulling at it right here. Whereas if you had the magnet there, that's going to prevent that.
here's something I'm wondering. Would that magnet hide better right here if we put it on that rubber using like 3 adhesive on that rubber?
I can't do it on a curve.
Okay, you can't do it on curve. I didn't know if that 3M tape would stick to that. Or
It'll stick to a flat surface, a flat one like this,
yeah.
but it won't stick to anything that's a curve. It'll come off over time.
Okay.
I think it's going to be fine. I think with the grommet here,
Okay.
I think it'll be fine.
Thanks for watching.